Welcome in to another SR51MEDIA show. I am your host, SR51MEDIA. Hopefully you're having a good day today. If you're not, hopefully it turns around for you. We're going to have some gameplay going in the background. We're just going to let it run. Let the Bills and the Ravens fight it out, see who comes away with a better victory. Going to be talking a little bit today about the Nintendo Switch 2 and its reveal that has come out. I think that there's some information out there that we can talk about. To talk about where I am right now with my Nintendo Switch, and I'll get into specific games as we get started. But if you did not know, what brings us here today is that the Nintendo Switch 2 was revealed, or at least teased in a teaser trailer that is available online. This video that you're watching right now will be available on SR51Media.com as well as YouTube/SR51Media. On the website, on the brand website, it will be located under 51Minicast. If I don't change the title to something else, but the 51Minicast are, the 51Minicast is a mini show of what I normally do every day when I stream almost every day, doing podcasts and talking and playing the game and stuff. So, in my Switch, I have Game Boy, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. As far as games go, I have Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2 for the Nintendo Switch, Street Outlaws 2 Winner Takes All, The Walking Dead The Final Season, DC Online Universe, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire's Demo, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Demo, Immortals Phoenix Rising, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 The Black Order, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Hogwarts Legacy, Overwatch 2, Mortal Kombat 11, 2K24, MLB The Show 23, Mario and Sonic The Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic The Olympic Games, Tokyo 2000 and the year was 2020, Demo, The Outer Worlds, Let's Go Pikachu, NBA 2K21, Crypto Mining Simulator Trading Strategy Tycoon, Saints Row the Third, Crunchyroll, Deadliest Catch Ocean Boat Driving and Fishing Simulator 2022, Super Blood Hockey, Mario 8 Deluxe, Tetris 99, Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Missions Demo, and Just Blackjack. So the reason why I named off my titles of games that I have is that way you can get an understanding for what I play and understand why I'm excited that the Switch was revealed. Let me say right off the bat so you don't have to sit through a whole video to find out how I feel. It got revealed today. If I can, if everything holds in my household, I'm always one that says if I can, because you don't really know what's going to happen in life, what bumps is going to happen, what new stumbling blocks are going to happen. But if everything goes according to plan, that is a day one for me and my wife. That is something that we have been looking forward to for a long period of time now. I would have to say my most played game, I'm talking like sheer hours put in. And as wild as this may be, as much as you have seen me throw footballs, shoot basketballs, slash and dash, shoot and fire, would have to be Animal Crossing. You cannot understand how fun it is to be in a game where everything's customizable. I'm talking everything. What you put in the house, what you put on the wall, what color the house is, what color the flowers are, what your store look like, what your museums look like. It's just, to me, it's a very relaxing game that you don't get with a lot of other games. You know, it's just sheer customization. You do what you're going to do. And then the other part about it is it's not closed off to itself. It's the type of game where you can go to somebody else's island and help set up their island or just visit and see how it looks. You know, you can go to a random island and see how the random island looks. You know, you can go to your friend's island and give them good ratings and stuff like that. Try out their cafe, have a cup of coffee, you know, maybe visit their neighbors, see what their neighbors, oh my gosh, amazing pass. And he caught it. Wow. Lamar laid that one up there, boy. Is that Zay Flowers? Yeah, it's Zay Flowers. That's why I can't wait to see that game. Hopefully Zay plays and that game is coming up in a couple of days. So yeah, the thing about it is that looked like something out of our franchise. Me to that boy of Dolphins for Life. The thing about it is basically It's very entertaining to be able to, decorate and fish. They got fishing in the game. And it's not the type of fishing where you just fish something out the ocean for nothing. Like, you can put them in a jar, like when I say jar, you could put them in a tank and put them in your house. You could sell them to the store to make money. It's one of those things where it was such an amazing game that I didn't see it coming. I bought the game. With the intentions of basically playing a couple hours and keeping it around. But after I got into it and I got my house and I visited my wife's island and then I visited shout out to my favorite cousins on my wife's side. I ended up going over there and basically, we would get together with Animal Crossing parties, where, not to say it was because to play Animal Crossing, but we all possessed the Switch at that time and we all had Animal Crossing. So we would visit each other's islands and check and see what each other have and buy stuff from each other's store and stuff. So it was very fun, And then there was other games like Marvel Alliance, The Black Order. I firmly believe that I understand Spider-Man was available on PlayStation, and take this from somebody that also has, to bring it up, also has one of these. Okay, I have my own Steam Deck, right here. So this ain't a jab at PlayStation, because I got probably at least 2 to 3 PlayStation games on my Steam Deck right now, right? So this isn't a jab. Hold on one second. Okay. This isn't a jab at PlayStation, but Spider-Man is an amazing game. But if we're talking just pound for pound gameplay, not graphics and world building and all this sorts of stuff, right? I feel that Marvel Ultimate Alliance, or Marvel The Black Order, we can go with The Black Order, the Black Order game, right? I feel like that's a better game than Spider-Man, because I feel like Spider-Man's an amazing game, but once you play 100 hours of playing Spider-Man and you beat the story, now it's just you as Spider-Man in the world. Now that's great, that's fun, but being able to play with Venom, Hulk, Iron Man, Wolverine, Colossus, Cyclops, Storm, Black Panther, all the Marvel people you could think of, daggone there, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers, all Thor, all them guys, right? Captain America. Hold on one second, let me get some water. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is, to me, if not on par with Spider-Man, one of the best games to be released this generation from Marvel. And the wild part about it was only available on Switch. So, now the other thing is PlayStation and Xbox swung back with Marvel Rivals, because I do feel as though, and take it from somebody that, if you don't believe me, you can go to my channel on the website to check out me playing Overwatch. If it's not available on that website, then if it's not available on the website, check my YouTube. And if you don't see it on my YouTube, let me know. And they throwing bombs in this one. If you don't see it on my YouTube, then what you do is just basically let me know, and I'll tell you about my other channel I had years ago, where when I first started streaming, what channel I was on, because then I know the footage is over there. But it should be on my SR51MEDIA YouTube channel, and you'll see me playing as DBA. If I remember, I'm calling her name correctly. I'm pretty sure it was DBA. And yeah, playing over there, great game. Don't have anything against it. And I think that a lot of people have to understand, for me, when it comes to gaming, I used to have that approach. I used to have that approach where it was like, a new game comes out. All right, the last game is trash now because this game is out, and this game does this and the fifth, and it does it does X, Y, and Z, and it does it better than the last game. You got to understand, Overwatch opened the door for Marvel Rivals. Okay, if there was no Overwatch, there might not even be a Marvel Rivals, because they might not want to take the risk of creating a game like Overwatch, right? But now you have a choice. Now you can play with the Overwatch characters, or you can play with the Marvel characters. Now, to me, anybody knows that anytime they watch me play watch me play Overwatch, I play with mainly DVA, or I forget the fast chick name, the one with the two pistols. She's the logo on the tournament thing, and she can disappear and run fast and all that, right? I used her, and I used DVA, right? Those are the only two people I used. I never really got into the other characters. I didn't like or use any of them, right? So with Marvel Rivals, I'm mainly Hulk. That's the only person I really use is Hulk. I don't, now what I'll probably do when the Thing comes out, I'll test out the Thing from Fantastic Four and see how he hits. But as it stands, I'm more of a Hulk tank character type thing, right? So if I had to guess, 9 times out of 10, Marvel Rivals is going to be on the Switch too later this year. Now, when that happens, that's going to change the game because I know for me, myself personally, like I said, if everything holds correctly and everything's fine, that Switch 2 is a day one for me and my wife. And those are some games that I know that's what's going to make me buy a bigger memory card. Now I don't know what memory they're coming with. I don't know if basically, I don't know if they're going to have a terabyte or 500 gigabytes or 256. I don't know none of that. Okay. And I can't sit up here to claim to know none of it. I'm not one of those content creators that goes, hey, I know this, and it's just, you reading a rumor, because it might not be true. And then I lead you down the path of thinking that it is true, then you get mad at me later because it didn't turn out to be what I said it was going to be, right? So what I've heard is that you can use a micro SD card, whether that be an SD card or an express SD card. Now, I'm willing to pay to have a big memory because I realized having a 1 terabyte hard drive on my Xbox, how I never really had to worry about games again. Like I never had to basically, worry about downloading a game and not having space for it because I had a 1 terabyte, right? I would like to have that with my Switch. I would, because I have a 256 memory card in my Steam Deck, and it's good memory. I was able to download a couple games out that was in the shadows that I wasn't able to play. But with my Switch, I really want to be able to have a big memory. Something day one where I can download Animal Crossing. I can download, if it's available, Assassin's Creed Shadows. If I can, I download Marvel Rivals. Maybe get a Fallout or something like that you like, or some, basically games. I also like possibly Red Dead Redemption 2. If I could get Red Dead Redemption 2 online, I think that'd be very good to be able to have an online game as well as a story-driven Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that would be very good to have. I would buy that. If they give us access to the last 7 or so Assassin's Creed, I would definitely buy Syndicate again with all the DLC, just to be able to go back. Because I feel like, if I had to be honest, I feel like playing some other Assassin's Creed, I rushed them. Like I know Syndicate was rushed because it wasn't like I played it every day type of rush thing, but I was mainly doing a lot of the story. I didn't finish any of the side quests, and I can't buy the game and play the DLC without playing the main quest because I'm gonna get killed. It's not gonna be any fun. I'm gonna be trying to beat characters that are in the 30s and 50s of their level, and I'm only level 6 or something like that. I don't have any firearms, any kookaries or nothing like that to be able to fight them. So it's going to take some grinding, to basically get up to the level to be able to even play the DLC. But I definitely will buy Syndicate again. Black Flag, I would definitely buy that again, just for the sake of having it, outright. Valhalla, I did not finish on. Valhalla, I did not finish on the Xbox. But I don't think I would buy Valhalla again. I necessarily didn't really like the whole... I mean, don't get me wrong. I like everything there is to like about the Viking thing, and I think it moves along very well. But at the same time, I kind of like more of Origins. I felt like Origins was more contained in what you had to do. I felt like with Valhalla, they kind of took the story and made it like an evolving thing, where you have to do the next thing to find out what the story is. Whereas, if I remember correctly, in Origins, it was like, here's a list of people, go out and kill them. Basically, that's what Assassin's Creed basically breaks down to: find these people and assassinate them, type thing. And don't get me wrong, I mean that in the video game method, of everybody just having fun and playing the game, But Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things mixed into it, but that's basically what it was. And then Syndicate and Black Flag was more the different ones, where it was like you had to take people out, but it was more like you could build your ship and just be this massively infamous pirate with all these crew members that can just I love the fact when you can jump off the boat onto the other boat and get into the sword fights, because I myself personally feel as though my favorite weapon of all time is blades and knives and swords and stuff like that, because I feel as though that's more combatish than like a gun-driven game. Now, in Syndicate, they have firearms, but mainly it is a lot of sneaking and a lot of moving around and stuff like that. So, Assassin's Creed, definitely get a couple of Assassin's Creed games. Pokemon, yeah, I can see that. To be honest with you, I don't really know the new Pokemon that's out. I know the Pokemon, like, basically when they stopped at, what's the boy's name? I think it was Mew. Was it Mew the last one or Mewtwo? I remember there was Mew and Mewtwo, and whichever one was the last one, that's where I stopped. I was like, all right, y'all got it. Y'all up here and 20 Pokemon every year in a new city every couple of months. It done got so bad that Ash Ketchum done retired. Like the dude I started watching when the show came on has retired from being a Pokemon trainer because he won a trophy, he won a tournament or something and was the best Pokemon trainer in the world, and he retired and walked away. I think he took Pikachu with him, so I think I might buy Let's Go Pikachu again for the system and have it, right, and play it. But I got to make sure that the save date, I'm pretty sure the save data transfers. So basically what I'll probably do is buy Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu, sometime between now and later on, right? And then once, either before the system comes out or when the system comes out, I'm going to buy it. And then I'm going to look to like try to capture all 150. Because I did have, shout out to my cousin again, I think she captured all 150. Like she found them all, she went to where they were and, was able to pick them up and stuff like that. So I looked at it like beating up on the main badge people, to get the badges from that city is where I would start off. And then they said Pokemon ZNA or Z to A or something like that is going to be in a new city, I'm assuming, with new Pokemon that I do not know. So it'll be a great experience. Hopefully they have more customization than just, the thing that takes me out of one thing I can say about the customization when it comes to Pokemon games is I feel as though that Pokemon will let you customize a child, but they won't let you be a grown woman or grown adult. I've never seen a Pokemon game where you can have like a beard and dreads or something like that, or a woman could have like, or a woman could be like, a grown woman type thing. I haven't seen it yet. Now that could be in, hold on one second. Gotta plug my computer up. Don't want to lose the computer. The thing of it is, I've never seen it. I've never seen it basically do that, right? So Pokemon definitely would be there. To tell you the truth, I have bought every Madden personally myself. I've bought every Madden since I think really, I've tried to buy every Madden since Madden was first created. Back when I was a kid, back in the early years of when Madden was created, I had the first one, and then I think I've had every one up to this point, or just on different systems. There's no way for me to be able to prove it because of the fact that basically it's spread across like all different generations of consoles. I still have my Xbox, my original Xbox, to prove that I was playing it then, and I'm gonna keep this original Xbox forever. I plan on putting it on the shelf or something behind me when I get to moving some stuff around. Some of this is gonna go after the season ends. I'll be looking to bring in some game categories and stuff. I'll change the banner to something different, but basically, when it comes to Madden, I've bought almost every, and Assassin's Creed as well. When it comes to Madden and Assassin's Creed, mainly those games were bought on Xbox. Now, hold on one second. Let me plug in mine. I know I'm plugging up a lot of stuff, but just to let you know, if you don't know, can't run a stream if the cords die, because then it's going to take the whole stream down with it. So, all right, just want to get that plugged up. So yeah, so the thing about it is, I bought every Madden on my Xbox, right? Nintendo doesn't have achievements. I wish they did, but they don't. Now, if I could say anything, Nintendo, if you hear me out there, Nintendo, if you can hear me, give us a gamer score with achievements. That would be amazing. Something. I'm not saying you gotta copy Xbox, right? Not saying you gotta copy Xbox, but if you came up with something like where you kept track of what we're doing and gave us awards and points and stuff like that we could kind of show off against each other as Nintendo Switch owners and stuff like that, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But if they don't, that's understandable as well, right? But where I'm coming from is with the Switch coming out the way it is, if it gets Madden, because I believe it will. I believe that if Madden 20, what was it, 25, right? No, what's the last one? Yeah, 25, Madden 25, right? If Madden 25 can come out, and it should be posterized more on this, there it is, right? Madden 25, right? If Madden 25 was able to be played on a Xbox One, right? If I'm not mistaken, because it did come out on Xbox One, right? Let me see if college football. Let me see if college football was able to be played. I can just ask. I don't have to like type it or nothing. 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to do something real quick. And the great ability is too that you're watching this back on playback, you can just fast forward past it. So, yeah, what I was saying was, I've normally bought all my Madden purchases on Xbox, but to be honest, if Madden 26 was available, I know what I was looking up before I left. Did college football come to Xbox One this year? Did EA College Football 26 come to Xbox One? Let me see. Was it available? Wait, this is wrong. It didn't write none of the stuff I said. Man, I hate when it does that. I should just put it in Google. I shouldn't even trust that search thing. Did EA College Football 25 come to Xbox One? EA College Football 25 isn't available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One or PC. Okay, so now let's see. If I'm not mistaken, did Madden come to Xbox One, PS4? Did Madden 25 come to... Never mind, let me just check that one in. Just put this one in here. Did Madden 25 come to Xbox One and PS4? Madden 25 is coming to next-gen systems and will be available November 12th for PlayStation 4 and November 19th for Xbox One. Okay, so if I had to guess, right, seeing as how, what's the name of it? Madden 26, I'm assuming, is what it's going to be. I don't know what numbers we on. Okay, I'm in the middle of a stream. So, I would assume that Madden 26 and EA College Football, but that's going to be 26 as well. I think it's one ahead or something like that, right? But what's going to happen is these titles, I believe, are going to come to the Switch. Because of the fact that they already made their way to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And supposedly that's what everybody's saying, the power level of a Switch is going to be an Xbox One or PlayStation 4. There are some things I've read where people believe that when in dock mode, it will have 4K streaming. Let me see. I can answer that question right now. If Xbox One does 4K. And the answer is yes. The Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro can support 4K gaming and streaming. The Xbox One S can also stream in video in 4K, but it uses upscaling instead of native 4K. Now that's something, shout out to the Nintendo streamers. They know who they are, the ones on YouTube. Some of them are currently live right now, right? Shout out to them. That's where they're talking about the Nintendo Switch is supposed to have upscaling to upscale to 4K. So if in dock mode I can get 4K, I can't show that to you on my streams. Like right now, this is in 1080p, right? Because it's like a whole, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff that can be shown in 4K, but there's like a whole setup that goes around it, like wires and cords and cameras and mics and PCs and stuff like that. And right now I'm not in a position to be doing that. You know, that's why I kind of keep the cost kind of low as a content creator, because I'm on console and I don't have to pay the PC price. Even though later on I will be paying the PC price because there's certain things that I want to see graphic-wise. But at the same time, where I'm coming from is it's going to be a difficult choice, but I do believe that the smarter choice is to get Madden on my Nintendo Switch. If I can get Madden and college football, that'd be great as well. But if I can't get college football, I feel that the reason why that wasn't available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC is because of the fact that it was new. They didn't know how many people was going to buy it, and they didn't want to probably risk, making that game and then it flops on the other systems, right? But I could see, because it's coming to PlayStation 4, because it's coming to Xbox Series S, right? I would guess that maybe Nintendo can get that as well. So if they get college football and they get Madden, I want to say day ones. Yeah, basically probably day ones for me because Madden is my main game that I play. So that's a day one for me right there. As far as Grand Theft Auto goes, I don't know how far Nintendo would want to push that, because in a way, yes, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out online. I don't know if Nintendo's going to make it where Grand Theft Auto 6 is playable on a Nintendo Switch too, right? Now, what I know they could do is they could say Grand Theft Auto, like on April, right, before, because there is a strong possibility. Let me see when Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to come out. When is Grand Theft Auto 6 supposed to come out? Grand Theft Auto 6 is expected to be released in the fall of 2025. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't trust these guys or that I don't believe these guys, right? But the thing about it is, typically, a lot of times with bigger games, they will run into issues as they get closer. Now, I don't think 2K will run into too many issues with Grand Theft Auto because it's been like 20 years that they've been working on this game. So I don't see too many issues for them putting this out. But people have told me that online doesn't come out. Let me look it up for you because I like giving you updated information, so I keep my phone right here on the desk. When did Grand Theft Auto 5 come out? Grand Theft Auto 5 came out September 17, 2013. When did Grand Theft Auto 5 Online come out? Grand Theft Auto Online. Okay, so we got Grand Theft Auto GTA Online was released on October 1st, 2017 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The regular edition was released 17th. So if they do the same thing where online gets released a month after the game, could they get Grand Theft Auto 6? A possibility. A Nintendo Switch version of Grand Theft Auto 6 where basically switches play with switches, and the online is based in just that and not cross-play. They could do something like that. Or they could initially say, well, we're just going to get Grand Theft Auto 5, right? And, get the online version for Grand Theft Auto 5 and let you be able to play Grand Theft Auto 5. I would feel no problem with playing Grand Theft Auto 5 because I didn't play I played the main story. I beat the main story, but I didn't play all the side missions that came up. And I've been seeing a lot of them. The one with Dr. Dre, the one with the casino, the one with the drug dealers, the one with the tow truck company, the bounty hunter business. I didn't do none of those, right? So that's what I kind of do sometimes. Like when I see games, I'm like, all right, I can always circle back around to this. So for me, if they do bring a Grand Theft Auto 5 and bring all that additional content, I could see buying a Grand Theft Auto copy for my Switch. Just to have something to play in. Great world. I mean, don't get me wrong. If they bring out Saints Row, the game I was playing, the one, the newest Saints Row, I would definitely get that as well. But the thing about it is that story's going to end. Grand Theft Auto is kind of one of those games where it's online all the time. But I do think that, there's going to be some good games for it, in my opinion. As far as battery life, I think it's going to reset the standard for handhelds. I think they're always going to be ahead, because, yeah, when you look at it, the Switch that a lot of people don't recognize, the Switch that we're about to pick up now is going to be around for at least the next 7-8 years. Easy. At least the next 7-8 years. And when you do the math on that, if you give it 7 years, that's 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're looking at maybe 2031, something like that, right? Before you get another Switch, or before you get I'll be mid 40s, mid 40s type thing, right? Basically, that's not a bad thing to me. But what I recognize is that right now they're going to reestablish themselves. In my opinion, is the best handheld out there. The Switch is right next. The Switch is right next to the Steam Deck, in my opinion, because Steam Deck is powered by PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo games. basically, right? So the thing about it is, depending on when Xbox steps up, they might take the place of Steam for me, but they would never take the place of Nintendo. Now, the reason why I say that, right, also, to put it in the stream, is because I love them that much. Okay, I went out and I got my Game Boy Tap. I went out and got my Xbox, the Duke controller. I went out and got my Nintendo 64. So when I'm in here talking to you guys, and also with the Eagles as well, I went out and got my 80s bird. I had my inside bird. Hold on one second. We got the game stopped. I went out and got my 80s bird. I still had my inner bird. Shout out to my wife on all my tattoos. Great tattoo artist. Great licensed tattoo artist. But where I'm coming from is, I don't say things just in jest. I say them like, these. I've been running with these companies for a long period of time. So when they bring out new technology, I get excited as well. I hope you hear the excitement in my voice. I want to make sure that I get a Nintendo Switch for myself. I want to make sure that my wife gets a Nintendo Switch because the games that they're going to come with is going to be incredible. Like there's so many games that went past that I did not play that I definitely would buy on my Switch just to play it on my Switch. Like take Mirage for instance. Yeah, it's an older version of Nintendo Switch. It's an older version of Assassin's Creed. They don't have the superpowers and stuff like that. But there's also like Odyssey and Origins. Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken, Odyssey because Origins was the Egypt one, and Odyssey was the one in Greece, if I'm not mistaken, right? So to be honest with you, I would definitely pick that game up again because the story was incredible to play. I didn't play all the DLC, and it has a what do you call it? What do you call that there? I'm blanking. They have a new game plus ability, right? Where basically it's kind of like, you can call it new game plus, but it's basically like this war system where when you conquer a land, if you stay away too long, the enemy will take like the majority of the places you took. So like it's a big map, right? So just if you haven't played it, right? And I'm not gonna ruin the story for you. But let's say you're running like I was running with the red side, and you have a huge map, right? And you take half the map for the red side, right? But you go away for like a couple of weeks, couple months, don't play the game, right? When you log back in, sometimes the blue side will automatically take like four or five different countries because you didn't defend them. So now you got to either join the fight right then and there, or let it fall back into the hands of the blue side or the red side, whatever side you're on, and then you have to like invade the land and take out the main people in it to be able to get the land back. So that was an amazing game. That's one of those games where it makes you want to jump into it every day to see what's going on, just to even get in the battles. Just to get in the battles to be able to battle, right? So that would be I think that would be incredible to have to be able to play. There's also what's the name of it? There's also excuse me, I'm trying to remember it. Tom Clancy The Division, right? Great game. Didn't even I'm just my hand of God, I'm just thinking about it now, right? Tom Clancy The Division would make an amazing game. I'm not even talking about the Division. You can go Division 1 and Division 2. Either one of those is great games, right? The Division 1, in my opinion, Division 1 was great and how it worked, right? I remember playing a shout out to my brother-in-law, played all the Division games with him, right? Including Wildlands. But if I had to choose one that I would prefer to be able to have on like a daily basis, it would probably be 2. Because at least with 2, the Division 2, it was like there was like a RPG element to it, right? Where when you used to go to take a base, you could shoot off like a flare, and all you had to do was hold it down for like 20 or 30 seconds until backup arrived, and then you could take the base together with the backup. Whereas in the Division 1, if you were taking a base or something like that, you had to just do it yourself, and it was you versus like 40 enemies and a boss type thing on your own, and you just kind of had to move around the room. So that was fun in 1. But once I saw the secondary ability to be able to take bases out and stuff like that in 2, I would definitely go with 2 over 1. 1 second, I got to change the settings. All right, I'm back. Let's get this game going back again. And with the power of the internet, you guys are able to fast forward and it's like I never left. So anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, so for like the past 5 or 10 years, I've been buying Madden and Assassin's Creed on my Xbox. And, you know, if this Nintendo Switch 2 does come through, because I do believe it does, it can come through. I'm a firm believer in the rumors now. You know, don't get me wrong, I don't deal in them. I don't actually, you know, put myself out there to connect with people that have rumor information. I just basically kind of go off of the sources of who I trust as content creators and what content is put out, what articles are written. Because there is speculation that is written, you know, in major publications about rumors and stuff like that, right? So basically, what happens is, like there was a rumor for the last 7 Assassin's Creeds plus Assassin's Creed Shadows. So if I could get Odyssey, Origins, Black Flag, Syndicate, and Shadows all on the Nintendo Switch, I would definitely do that. Now, I'm not rich like that, where I'm about to go out here and buy all 5 of them at one time. But I would definitely buy Shadows first, and then, like, if they had, like, 9 times out of 10, if the Switch is supposed to reveal itself April, then if it reveals itself April, then 9 times out of 10, it's going to be available to purchase before the holidays, before Black Friday. So I could see possibly, if it's not, well, no, they're going to be labeled as Nintendo Switch games, Nintendo 2 games, Switch games for Switch 2. So possibly things like Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, Black Flag, they may see a price cut because they came out so long ago, but also because they're playable on the Switch 2, they may not see a price cut. But I can see definitely getting those games. Some of the features, to speak to some of the features I saw that I liked, the magnetic controllers. So instead of, let me see if I can do it without harming my system. Instead of doing this, right, where you go up with the controller, now you just click it in magnetically, so it just clicks in, right? And to me, that's nice. You know, I like that ability. I'm kind of glad the number one thing that stuck out, the number one thing that stuck out to me about the Switch was not the size, it was not the controllers, it was not the battery life, it was the games. You know, too many people was like, oh, we got a new Mario, so everything's fine, and oh, we just got a new Luigi game, and you know, like, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I'm a Wario fan. Like, I know I like a lot of villains. I never thought I would, but hey, I like a lot of villains, you know. And when it comes to Mario, I'm more a fan of Wario. You know, Wario 3, I would love for them to get a new Wario game going, just like Luigi got a game. I would love to see Wario and maybe Waluigi or the villain Luigi. I forget how you pronounce his name off top, but I would love for them to get, you know, a game, or Wario 3 gets a game or something like that. That would be great. I'm playing a little bit of it on my Nintendo Switch now. I think it's Wario Land 3, right, from back in the day. But a new upgraded version of that would be incredible, right? But at the same time, where I'm coming from is I like those games too. You know, I like Mario. I like Mario Kart. As I told you, I had Mario Kart 8. Played it with the family when we were together, racing against each other and stuff. But third-party support is going to be there, and that's what I'm happy about. You know, I'm happy at the fact that Microsoft said they want to bring Call of Duty to the Switch 2. You see what I'm saying? So they couldn't say Switch 2 when they bought Call of Duty, but they clearly said that they want to bring Call of Duty to the Switch. So now that the Switch 2 has been now that the Nintendo Switch 2 has been revealed, they can clearly step up and say, hey, when the Switch 2 come out, this year coming out, we putting Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on that piece, right? And everybody that's a Nintendo Switch user can go against each other and Call of Duty's Black Ops 6. Now, I'm going to tell you, I love me some Marvel Rivals, but that Call of Duty upgrade, boy, hold on, let me tell you something. That's another game that had the family playing that was on the mobile. When you get you a season pass and you play a game, all you got to do is play, like, to be honest, all you got to do is play like 3 matches a day. 3 matches a day is enough, right? Not even like one-on-one team, like all-out free-for-all type of matches, like team deathmatch. You play 2 or 3 team death matches on your season pass, or you're going to rank up. You're going to rank up, and you're going to get some cool clothes and some cool icons, some good gear, good clothing, good gun mats and stuff like that. So it's going to be very nice, in my opinion, to have Call of Duty Black Ops 6 or whatever Black Ops or whatever Call of Duty comes. I feel as though with Nintendo Switch, Xbox saying that they want to bring Call of Duty to the Switch, I don't think they're going to say, okay, we're going to give you Call of Duty from 8 years ago. I think that they're looking to do something major, and Black Ops 6 would only help them because we would have to buy it and buy the season pass. But once again, the reason why I would buy it is because you see this? Take this, I can drop it right in my hoodie. So when I'm out, sometimes, prime example, I'll go places sometimes with family and then we'll all be hanging and chilling. You know how everybody that moment when everybody reaches for their phone? Not because you're bored with each other, but just chilling in the atmosphere type thing. I can reach for that and jump into Call of Duty and grab a match or two. Call of Duty matches don't take that long. They're typically over. That's why, in a way, I like Call of Duty a little bit better than I like Battlefield, because of the fact that you can just climb in with your character, jump in a team deathmatch, run a match, win or lose, turn around and maybe run another match and be in great position. So, in my opinion, how I look at it, Call of Duty would be another game that would be amazing. As far as the magnetic, as far as the mouse controller that I'm hearing about, where supposedly you're supposed to be able to, let me show again, you're supposed to be able to take one of these out, right, and then sit it down on the table and move it around like a mouse. To me, I don't think I'll be using that myself personally. I'm used to, handheld and being able to find and, annihilate people on handheld. I know that there's going to be some masters of that ability that are going to be very good in games like Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals, stuff like that. But for me, I don't know. I'm just not really the guy that likes playing games like that. Now, I'm not going to say I won't try it out when I'm at a Starbucks with my wife, or because if you didn't hear, Starbucks just announced you're going to have to buy something to be in there. So that's actually a good thing in my ability. I think that makes it more of a secluded type of place. So especially also when you fly, like if you, oh my bad, I thought I heard something. Especially when you fly, and you go to the airport and stuff like that, and you be traveling and stuff, sometimes just waiting to do stuff. It'd be cool to be able to pull a handheld, out and play on the table with a mouse. I'm not going to say I won't try it out, but mainly I'm going to be looking to be more in hands-up mode type thing. Dynasty Warriors, to be honest, I will be getting Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. What I recognize about Dynasty Warriors Empires, it's not like Dynasty Warriors, the old version games. Like in old Dynasty Warriors games, you just ride in on a horse. I'm talking about you come in on a horse with a staff as tall as Shaq, and you just swinging that joint. Like you just taking 40 dudes out the count, going up to 300 people. Then you make your way into the capsule and you just take out by the time you finish a mission, you done took out 7,000 soldiers, in 4-5 bosses and stuff like that, right? So I had to learn that Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires is not built that way. It's built that way somewhat, but it's built more as a strategy game. And I really like it and want to master it because I did play it for a little bit and I traded in and I regretted the trade in because of the fact that once I looked into the information, come to find out you can play matches where you battle other people and stuff battle other, lands and stuff like that. But hopefully with the new hardware from the Switch, we can get some of the older Dynasty Warriors in here where if you want to just go straight up, customization but fighting, that's what I'm hoping comes next. Something where you can customize, but it's like a story you follow, or you play through all the stories and stuff like that. So really looking forward to something like Dynasty Warriors 9. As far as the magnets, to address something I've heard already, because I'm going to call it the way I see it, and that's the way I call it, right? There are some hater people that are talking about, well, that's going to fail. The magnet that goes into I think it's the magnet that goes into the controller or something like that, right? Well, that's going to fail. That's going to be a key point of failure. To be honest, who's going to be popping their Joy-Cons on and off every 5 minutes? And who's going to do it roughly? I know when I take my, Even just now when I was showing you my Joy-Cons taking it out, I was, sliding that thing out gently. I made sure to look down when I went to go slide it back into the rail instead of just jamming it on there because of the fact that I didn't want to break it. So if you have magnetic clips that are keeping your console together, to be honest, if you look close at my handheld here, hold on one second, let me get the game back up. To be honest, if you look close at my handheld here, because I have the Mario edition, I just have the white Joy-Cons because the wife and me switched components for a while, right? As you can see on my Switch, I have a case that keeps the Joy-Cons firm, but this part right here, I never liked. I never liked the cone rounded off area on the bottom of the Switch. So I always buy a handheld case to go along with it, right? So basically, when I get the new Switch and it's bigger, I'm going to buy another case to go on it. So as far as the magnets coming off, I'm not going to play like that. Now, my wife, she plays like that sometimes when she'll take the controllers off and play with them, off detached from the system because it's on the TV. But she doesn't slap them on and take them off 10 to 20 times while she's playing the game. She's not going to go up there and, okay, let me slap them on, take them off, slap them on, take them off. That's not what's going to happen. If you take them off, you're going to play as long as you're going to play, and then you're going to put them back on when you're done and make your mind up the next time you go around to play. So I don't think the magnetic thing is going to be too much of a hard problem. Battery life, I feel as though when it comes to battery life, I feel as though that it's going to have a very good battery. The Nintendo Switch itself, to be honest, had a very good battery. I feel as though the battery is better in the Switch. To compare it to handhelds that I have, so that way we can kind of compare it if you're thinking about it, the Switch battery I feel as though lasts longer than the Steam battery. The Steam Deck, now I have an LCD. I don't know what the OLED does. I have an OLED Nintendo Switch, and the battery works amazingly. So I would only guess. Oh, and look, the Ravens won. Well, they ain't won yet. It's only 1 minute, one minute and 1 second, but the Bills ain't got no timeouts. I would want to play games, like big time games on my system, right? So with the Steam Deck, they play the games. I have yet to run into a verified game that does not play perfectly on the Steam Deck. So I'm not trashing the Steam Deck. What I'm saying is the battery on the Steam Deck doesn't stand up to an OLED Nintendo Switch. Now, possibly an OLED Steam Deck could stand up to an OLED Nintendo Switch, but I think that with it being newer technology and the way it drains the battery and stuff like that, I think that it's going to be different, So battery life, I think, is going to be good. As far as screen goes, a lot of people are saying that they think that Nintendo is going to drop 2 versions. Like, it's going to be one that's an LCD screen for like $400, and then there's going to be like an OLED for like $500. And I think that Nintendo might not do that because of the fact that that's not how the original Switch went. Like, if the best way to have success with the Switch, hold on 1 second, let me line another game up. The Ravens won 23-21 by 2 points. Is that what we're going to see in the playoffs? We all find out shortly. Okay. Let's come out of this game. And then we're going to launch the Commanders versus the Lions. See who win. Oh, wait. Kansas City. Let's do, wait, what did we just do? We just did an AFC game. So let's do an NFC game with the Commanders versus the Lions. And just spectate that one. 1 second, let me get some water. So, the thing about it is, accessories and stuff I'm going to be looking for right out the bat. That's why I like when they talk about the magnetic attachment. I'm like, I don't think that's going to be a problem, right? As far as memory cards go, how much is an express memory card right now? 1 second, because I had it connected to my phone, but then I had to jump up and do something. Plug my phone back in. Make sure I'm getting the juice. Let me see. How much is a 1 terabyte SD express card? Okay, so they have Extreme I don't see Express. Let me see. So with the that's not even too bad. With the string with an SD card, with the SanDisk 1 terabyte Nintendo Switch card comes out to be $115 on Amazon, and the SanDisk Extreme, which is 2 terabytes, actually comes out to $200. Right. So to me, I'd be willing to give you $100 for a terabyte all day, every day, because of the fact that it's about what you get back. Like once you put that terabyte in, you can download and play whatever game you pick up without having to worry about the memory, without having to worry about the lifespan or whatever. But it depends on what memory you get with the system. Like I said, will there be an LCD and an OLED? I doubt it, because Nintendo can release a LCD right now or LED right now, and then 2 years from now release a OLED, knowing that somebody like me, to be honest, because I'll be taking this right here isn't going to be kept in my house for memorabilia. Okay, I'm going to be taking this into a GameStop and trading this in as far as my system goes when it comes time for me to pay it off. Because of the fact that what am I going to do with it? I have family members, but they have games already. Like most of them have like Xboxes or PlayStations or Nintendos or something like that. They all have at least one of them. Some of them have monster PCs. So what would I do with it? But have the Xbox is there because that's the original Xbox. Everybody wants, if you ain't got one, then that's you. But I kept my original Xbox, memories type thing. Now with the Switch, I would love to keep the Nintendo Switch 1, but also you got to think that Switch is also a down payment for games. Because the first thing GameStop is going to tell me is there something that you want to put a down payment on a game-wise, to pay off as well. And not saying I'm against cartridge games, because I'm really not. I don't have a problem with cartridge games. Who knows? I might put something down payment on something. There might be a game that I see right out the bat. Like, let's say, let me see when Xbox's developer direct is. I think it's next month, or this month. When is Xbox developer direct? 2025. When Xbox developer direct 25 mysterious game rumor opens. Okay, so let me see here. This year's developer direct, which is set to air January 23rd. Okay, so that is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 6 or 7 days away, right? On a Thursday. So let's say on the Thursday, the 23rd, right? Xbox come out here and say Call of Duty is going to be playable on the Switch 2. Starfield is going to be playable on the Switch 2, right? Indiana Jones is going to be playable on the Switch 2. They just start laying them out there, game-wise. That's something that I can see putting down when I go to trade in the system and say, yeah, I'm going to put something down on that, because I want that game. And also because of the fact that digital games are good, but at the same time, physical is nothing wrong with that. Like I have no problem carrying around cartridges. All I'm going to do this time around, which I didn't do for my first Switch, is I'm going to buy a case. Like whatever case I buy, because if I buy a case, preferably it's going to be a case probably offline or something like that, just because of the fact that nothing against GameStop cases, but I can find a better price outside of GameStop for certain things. So when I buy the case, I'm going to make sure it has slots for games. So that way I can just put all my games in my case. That way I know I got all my games in my case. I don't have to carry around cartridges in containers or some, like the pocket method and everything like that. It's all in a nice little organized case where I can just pick it up and go. That's what I'm trying to have going on here. I have that with the Steam Deck. I kind of need to get like a little pouch for this, for the for the cord to charge it, right? But I can always rotate, and then it's the same thing with the Nintendo Switch cord. I'm gonna get a cord pouch, connector pouch for the case that I'm gonna put the cord in for the Nintendo Switch 2. So for me, I think it's a very interesting time to see what's gonna happen. There's a lot of information that is still yet to be brought out to the beginning. of this conversation. If I had to be honest, I think that some of the best games that we have played these past couple of years are going to be brought back up to us in a way where not only are the games brought back up, but possibly new games are opened up to us. Like even with take Mafia the Old Country, right? There was a troll that basically was commenting on one of my pages at one point, and the reason why I like the Mafia trilogy is because number one, I played the Godfather trilogy, and I do feel as though the Godfather trilogy, I have yet to complete the Mafia trilogy, so I can't say that the Mafia trilogy is better than that the Godfather is not as good as Mafia, but Godfather was an amazing trilogy. I played all the games, and to me, Mafia plays very good as well. So if I could get Mafia the trilogy edition, I think it came out I want to say earlier this year on Xbox and PlayStation and Steam, the Mafia trilogy edition. If I could get the Mafia trilogy edition on Nintendo Switch 2, I would get that as well too, because the Old Country doesn't come out. Let me see, when does the Old Country come out, or are they still working on that? Did they even give you a date? When does Mafia the Old Country come out? Hold on one second. Again, here it is. Mafia the Old Country initial release date is 2000. Says the Old Country is scheduled to be released mid 2025. Okay, so just because the game comes out, like it's kind of like what I did with phone took a dive. Let me just sit it down here. It's kind of like what I did with Dragon Age, right? Sorry to say, but that's why I don't deal in like rumors. I should say rumors. That's why I don't deal in rumors. But that's why I don't deal in story spoilers, because I feel like when a game comes out, a lot of people come off like, okay, after 2 weeks, we can just spoil it because whoever ain't played it ain't gonna play it. That's not true. Some people, I remember what it was like to be younger, and you don't get games until Christmas or something like that, or maybe because you just got a game, you have to wait a while to get the next game, and you don't want to be listening to one of your favorite podcasts and the guy goes, well, at the end, the main character gets killed. Like, take Starfield, for instance, right? In other games, you go, at the end, this is what happens to the main character, and this is what happens to the story, and this is what you do, and it ruins the experience. So when Dragon Age came out, I made sure to avoid spoilers, right? And I'm progressing through the story, having a great time and everything like that. Would I buy it again on Switch? Possibly. Mainly off of the point of it being a good game, but what I have to realize is the games I will buy again have to have like unlimited abilities, right? Like when you look at Starfield, right? The only thing I didn't complete in Starfield was the DLC, right? The ones with the first DLC that's come out, Shattered Space. I haven't beat that, but I've already gotten past, let's just say, the ending of Starfield, right? Now, would I go back and play Starfield again? Most likely. I would do it again, but knowing how the story turns out and knowing what you have to go through to beat that game, I might. There's a lot of choices that I made that I would like to have another opportunity at. That's why I picked up Cyberpunk. I feel like Cyberpunk is a great game. Putting in some work on there. Got that on the Steam Deck. Play it every now and again type thing. But when you speak about features, right, let's see if we can pull down some of the specs from the features. Nintendo Switch 2 specs. Okay, this is Polygon, right? So just scrolling down. System size. The original base model of the Nintendo Switch is approximately 4 inches high, and 9.4 inches long. That's 4 inches high, 9.4 inches long, according to Nintendo's official system specs. Based on Nintendo's side-by-side imagery of the Switch 2, the successor is approximately 14% larger. That would make the Switch overall size, Joy-Cons included, approximately 4.5 inches high and 10.7 inches long. So it's approximately 14% longer. Hold on one second. I didn't know the game stopped running. It's exactly 14% longer, right? Screen size, the big question, the big question, right? Switch 2 has a, excuse me, let me get some water. Switch 2 will have a larger screen, reportedly an 8-inch LCD screen. The original Switch featured a 6.2-inch LCD screen, while the OLED introduced in 2021 features a 7-inch screen. Based on Nintendo's side-by-side imagery of the Switch and Switch 2, reports of an 8-inch screen appear accurate. Our own measurements put it at a slightly smaller at 7.8, a minor difference from the room era, but we expect the Switch 2 to be about 25% bigger than the original Switch. They go into CPU and GPU, they go into storage. Nintendo hasn't announced how much internal storage the Switch will boast, but like the original Switch, it will support expandable storage via SD cards. The original Switch supported micro SDHC and micro XC. UHS1. I thought it was a 1. Cards up to 2 terabyte, while the Switch 2 is reported to support SD Express cards, which offer more faster read speeds and larger storage capacity, up to 128 terabytes. Now, that's storage, right? Ports, let's see what they got on ports. Switch features a port Switch 2 features a port for game cartridges, 2 USB-C ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, based on the system's reveal early leaks. A slot for expanded memory card appears to be tucked away underneath the Switch's kickstand, similar to the original Switch. That's cool. They put the memory card slot right under the right underneath the kickstand. And then they say other specs. We are still waiting to hear from Nintendo on certain hardware details like screen resolution, power consumption, battery life, charging time, and wireless communications. This story will be updated later on. So those are the specs that we have so far out, and it's incredible to hear. You know, a bigger screen, bigger CPU, bigger GPU, better running technology, upscaling, possibly 4K. Even if it's not 4K, I'm still okay with it. If it runs 1080p in dock mode, that's more than fine with me. As long as it runs 1080p in handheld mode, we'll be just fine. I'm not saying 4K as a system, kind of like a deal breaker or anything like that. So basically, it's a very good system, and I hope that my experiences that I've given today help you make your mind up on whether or not you want to pick one up. I will be doing an unboxing when it comes out. 9 times out of 10, what I'm going to do is unbox it, take it out, and make sure the system at least runs and charges. Then I'll be doing an unboxing from that point, because I don't know what kind of information will be on the system itself. I don't want to really show any numbers or anything like that from where I got it. But yeah, I will be looking, like I said, as long as everything holds correctly, I will be looking to get the Nintendo Switch 2. My wife as well will be able to be looking to get it, so I'll be giving you her input and her opinion on it and what she's been playing and what we've been playing. Like I said, there's a lot of games that I've gotten on solely Xbox that I will be looking to get on Nintendo. And also, to give my opinion on that before we get out of here as well, I don't think Xbox cares. Not to say cares like they don't care about me as a consumer. I think Xbox doesn't care anymore about buying it on Xbox. Like, I think when they say everything's an Xbox, I think they consider Nintendo handhelds to be an Xbox too. Because when you look at it, Outer Worlds is on the Switch already. So Outer Worlds 2 is probably coming to the Switch, which I'm definitely going to get, because here's the thing. Starfield is an amazing game, but Outer Worlds was fun as well. So I might even download Outer Worlds tonight to jump back into it and have a game to jump back into. But at the same time, Outer Worlds 2 is probably going to be available on the Nintendo Switch. If a new Fallout is on the way, probably going to be available on the Switch. Basically, Nintendo and Xbox work kind of hand in hand with each other when it comes to certain games. So you can expect that certain games, I think, are going to be available on the Nintendo Switch when it does come out. But we just got to wait and see. I did hear someone talk about possibly there being a Direct in February. That's something that's floating around in the air. If it does, I'll keep you updated about it. Maybe bring a video about it. Be sure to go on over to X. I am live there. I'm live there. Well, yeah, I am live there sometimes, to be honest. Sometimes I am live on X with game streams and stuff like that, but I mainly use it as my main social media platform to communicate with you guys about news and things that are going on during the day. If you haven't already, go on over to TikTok while it's still around. Hopefully it stays around permanently. At SR51MEDIA over there. Be sure to get your seat over there. Most videos and all videos are typically uploaded to YouTube first and then uploaded to the website at the same time. So you can either view on the website or on the YouTube channel. Be sure to check them out there. And also be sure to go over to kick.com at SR51MEDIA. Join up over there. And if anything does happen to the system itself, because right now we're waiting to see if TikTok is going to go through the problems they're going through and if they'll be able to survive. If they do, then everything will just be flowing forward with TikTok. If it doesn't, you can catch me on X, YouTube, or Kick. I want to thank you all for being here. Have a blessed, safe rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next stream. Peace.